Despite it being a sea of red and it looks like it could get bloodier, that is quite likely. I am still here. I am still swimming in the crypto ocean. And I trust that at some point it is going to turn a beautiful, sparkling green again. And I'm just doing my best to hang in there. I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, for lighting up that bell so that we get to stay connected through the Crypto Angel Network. I love what you share here, some of your insights, especially the things that you are doing. It brings me comfort. I see you bring comfort to others here within the community. So thank you for that, for liking. And let me just get into, I'm going to share my screen in a second. I'm actually going to just show you inside my coin tracker to just where my portfolio is at right now. And then I'm just going to go over a couple of things in the charts with you. And then I'm also going to share a couple of other bigger pieces of news that are happening market wide. And then just to look at, if one was to make an entry point, when would that time be? And this is not financial advice. This is just like I'm looking at, because I'm looking to accumulate. I'm looking for an entry point. I will admit I am scared right now. It is incredibly uncomfortable, but that is where the greatest growth comes. And I feel also that is where the greatest opportunity is. And maybe I'll look back on this and think, gosh, Joanna, you're a total fool for sticking in this. But I don't believe so, because when I look at the fundamental analysis, I still feel really, really bullish on crypto at large and blockchain. We are still in the early phases of that, and this is just a lot of FUD, a crazy amount of FUD that is unfortunately, because of global events, making things nuts right now. So let me just go ahead and share my screen. I wanted to start off with right here, right now. We're just on CoinGecko. So we're just going to go from this is where I'm just saying this sea of red. And it just looks like now, in earlier videos I've shared, I'm like, oh, I'm really bullish. I do still feel bullish. I think this idea that, I just feel so positive about crypto at large and what it is going to do in the future, and the things that are happening with it now. And so it does look like that we are, with Ethereum we're at that point where it looks like it's going to break down, and a number of other tokens are breaking down. So I'm curious to hear from you. Are you accumulating, and where would that entry point be for you? How low do you think this is going to go? And then how long do you think things are going to be red for? I'm going to take you over a sec before we go over to the charts. I'll just show you right now where my portfolio is at in coin tracker, and it's not pretty. Overall I'm still positive. I did have more gains for 2021, but unfortunately, I say unfortunately, if like a number of us have been talking about here, when instead of going and buying more meme coins and had exited in May at the top, I would be at six figures right now. But my thinking, where my head is at right now, is that I'm just gonna batten down the hatches and ride out this storm, and just hodl. I'm just gonna hodl. So that's what I'm focusing on doing. And you can see right now, my Ethereum is, there's no way I'm going to sell right now. And I'm just going to have to watch if things do crash and go lower. The other day I said on a post, I was looking at maybe of an entry point of around 1400. And I can't remember who it was that said on my last video, oh, it's not going to go down to 1400. Maybe it would go to 1700. I just don't, looking at how things are now, because I feel like the bears, they're just knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking on the door. How can we not go down to 1400? I wonder if we're going to go down to around the 900s. I'm just, and if we do, I know that this here, my holdings and overall, because a lot of my holdings are in Ethereum that and this number's going to go down significantly. I'm just going to just deal with it. With Bitcoin right now, negative here. Let's see. This is this off of my, let me just move this over here. I'm trying to figure out if this is over my total. I have to look at on the different screen, like total losses or over a period of time. Polygon net, there was a point where I was up like, I was up like 2.5, almost $3,000. Right now I'm negative $130. GRT, I am now at the moment, I'm upside down on it, but I don't have a huge amount there. I'm just, I'm not going to get rid of any of this. I'm just hodling. Looks like I have some tether left over here, a little bit on the sidelines. The dot I bought the other day is upside down, and then I have bits and pieces, little bits here and there, a little bit of a Comey, a little bit of Gate left over, a little bit of Shiba. Shiba's what is this? My 3 million Shiba is worth $18.77. I've got $14 of Harmony here, and it just so anyway. So that's my portfolio right now, and there's some other things there that are in the other parts when one goes in the when you go in the wallets. But because of a lot of the things that had happened with Gate, even though I was loving using Gate, I have very little left on there right now, and I took a lot off of Binance US as well, right before those bans happened in the UK, in Japan, in Canada. It's just not fun right now. And if we just hop over to the exchanges, Binance has an 11, what do we got here? Is that 11? I'm trying to figure out. Where am I at here? $11 billion trading. I can't even figure this out. Coinbase 1.5, and a lot of time I've come from Gate. Gate only has, what is that? 360 million. I mean, typically it was doing over $1 billion worth trading before, and Binance as well has gone down. US as well has gone down considerably there. Sometimes when there's a lot happening on an exchange, it's because people are selling, they are freaking out. So I'm not freaking out, but I am definitely uncomfortable. Let's just pop over here to the charts. I'm going to start off here with Ethereum. So let's just have a little look at this, and I am going to move myself down here. We can see that, wow, it's really oversold. It's like super oversold right now when we look at the RSI indicator, and that's on the 1 day, breaking down, trending down. Let's just look on the hourly here. I mean, it looks like it just dropped off a cliff, doesn't it? It really, hang on a sec. Let me just go to see if I can hop onto this on the 15-minute. I mean, that is just nasty. And so it's like, how much, where can we expect a line of support here? This is what I'm saying, where I was talking about the other day of where would I buy it right now, because I think that it looks like, because I have some stocks as well, looks like we're going to have a really, really big crash. And where is that support coming in here? I mean, this looks like a line of, this is what I said the other day, because we have just broken down here, and I'm going to go over also to Harmony. I'm going to go over to Vechain, and just take a quick little look at that. And so let's just pull this line here to look at that next line of support. So I'm going to let's go with the horizontal line. And I'm going to go with green for support. And I mean, really, it's right around, I mean, if we just go, you see there's 2 lines of support. I'm going to put them both in here. There was one right around, let me just put that there. You see, right around 1400. So that's what we've got to be watching for. And this is, Ethereum, because it is the backbone of DeFi for the blockchain, and I feel that a lot of other projects, from Cardano to Polkadot to Cosmos, to Harmony, to Vechain, and another Theta. I mean, just many of the really strong projects with solid teams that they are going to follow. That Ethereum is a really strong indicator for that, because we have to remember that Bitcoin is a store of value. It is digital gold versus being used day to day for for day-to-day use. So let me just take this line. What color line am I going to do here? Let's go with yellow. Let's go with a little bit of a thicker line, and then we'll zoom out from this. So if we're just looking from, let's just go from here, from here, okay? And we can see, let's just put this line going here. So this is what we're looking at. We're going from that point. I'm going to go from that point there, yeah. So what's going to happen in these next, let's see, how many days would this be? What is this? 1, 2, 3 days. We got to see over this next 2-3 days at what point. I don't see how we are going to bounce. It just does not look like we're going to bounce from this. You can see the indecision here on these doji candle wicks instead of sticks. So this support is not here. Let me just see here, 1500. There isn't really much support there. I think it's more, I'm actually going to move this line down slightly because I remember when things really started to pump. I'm going to put it here. Remember when we were right around the 700s a number of months ago? Well, what are we looking at there? We're looking at, it was January, right around January, and then we pumped. I remember it so well. We pumped like crazy. It just started moving up, and then we just sort of moved along for a while, back and forth between. I kept thinking, is it going to come down? It would come down maybe a little bit to around 1,000, and then it would move back up again, and it would that resistance was around 1,400. But I just think. Let's just do that. Okay, so this is what we're watching for. So the other day, I was saying my entry point for around 1,400, but I'm not sure now because if the stock market crashes and just looking at the lockdown, that is just, we were going to go to California, and then now everything's going back down into lockdown again, and people are getting really freaked out, and it seems to be having a ripple effect of panic. So you let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that we could go all the way down to around this sort of 1250 mark, or do you think we're going to go lower? So let me just put another line here of support there. So let's take this, let's take another horizontal line. Let's go another green, maybe not so green, but like this sort of green. And I'm going to put it, am I going to put it around 1,000? Probably not. This is the next level that if things were to get really, really bad, like people are just absolutely freaking out, we could go down to around 750. And so, I'm looking at the worst case scenario rather than going, oh my gosh, everything's upside down in my portfolio. I'm looking at, would I enter around 1,400, 1,250, or some at 1,250 and then at 750, because I still believe things are going to come back this year. Maybe I'm totally delusional, but I just do not believe that we are in a 3-year bear market. I just don't see how that's going to happen. I just don't. Anyway, so that's Ethereum. That's what I'm looking at because I am looking to get some more Ethereum. So I'm going to hop out of this. Let's now just take a look and go to let's go to 1, because some of you have been asking me to take a look at Harmony 1, and Harmony, let's just see how badly that this is getting hit right now. Okay, so it's pretty oversold right now. When we look at the RSI indicator, we got low volume. We're trending down hard. Let's go on to the hourly. Not pretty when we look at the hourly. Let's go on the 15-minute. People are freaking out. They're not freaking out too much. So who is selling right now? Who is saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to exit my position, because they just want to get on the sidelines because they think there's a crash, a bigger crash is coming. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, let's go back to the 1 day, and I'm going to, let's see for it. Where would an entry point be here? Let's go horizontal line. Let's go with this bright green for strong support. And we can see here, this is where this was a pretty strong line of support, right around, let's put it, yeah, right here. So we got just over 5 cents for Harmony. Let's just take this, I'm going to just move this over here. Let's just take this trend line, and we're going to go, let's just go from here. I mean, we got a candle wick there. Let's just go from here, and we're going to, let's follow this down like this. Let's go to here. I mean, I could have done it from here down to here. It's pretty much of a muchness, the same thing. You can just see that, again, there's a market confluence there, sort of like how Ethereum is moving, Harmony is moving in a similar way. I feel like Bitcoin is moving slightly differently. And so we're at a point right now where what you want to do, if you're a one holder and you're thinking, well, I would just say, I mean, if you don't have to sell, not financial advice, don't sell. Otherwise, you're going to take more losses. But what would one do? You know, what's going to happen here in this next couple of days? You're going to watch and see if we break down below 5 cents. Where's that next line of support? I remember it being around, I think it was around 3 cents, because it sort of, it pumped, I remember, from 1 cent to 3 cents. So let's just go with a horizontal line here, and let's go with that different green color again. Let's just go with this green here and just look. Like, this was when it really, really pumped. At one point here, 4 cents. So maybe like right around 4 cents. I mean, there was, but there's not the support. There's more support. See, this was resistance that then turned into support. So right around just under 3.5 cents. So that's what we've got to watch for. Is Harmony going to break down here some more? Maybe it will bounce a bit. And let's see. I don't know. You just let me know. But this is either buying, would one, you know, I personally wouldn't buy right now, because you want to see what's going to happen in the next 2-3 days. And then if it breaks down to around 3.5 cents, we have to just look what's happening on the bigger level. But that could be a good entry point. And if not for that, when would that next point be? Gosh, seems really morbid. Let's just go here with blue. And really, I mean, we're looking right around here. So it's like around, around 1.8, sort of 2 cents. So, I mean, in the bigger scheme of things, where's Harmony going to be at in a year, 2-3 years from now? It's still going to be around. I mean, I would be shocked if it's not $1, at least $1 by then. So then these numbers, it doesn't mean that much. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like, I guess you could just, the only difference is that you, let's say, for example, you're putting $1,000 in, you could just get so many more Harmony, right? At the, at around 2 cents instead of at around 5.5 cents. Let's now shift over again. Let's just pop to Vechain here a sec and take a look at Vechain. And it's following a very similar pattern to Harmony, right? Can you see, like, super similar pattern? So let's look at that. And there was a period of time where Vechain was going stronger, and I mean, they're pretty much equal right now. So let's just grab that horizontal line. Let's just go green and see, where are we at? Like, where is the support? We can see those candle wicks. So right, again, it's doing a similar thing. It's right around the same price as Harmony. And you can see here, this is where the resistance was before, right? This was the resistance, and it's turned into support. And we're going to watch, is it going to break down? So I'm going to take this trend line. I'm going to go with a trend line here. Let's just go, I went from here, and let's just go from here on this one, just vary it slightly. Let's just go from the top here, and it is nasty. I mean, this is just, this is almost like happening fast. I wonder if sort of with Vechain we're going to see, because you see here with this, there was a little bit more space with Harmony. But if I take the line, let me just go here then. Let's just go to here. I mean, it actually, this seems like there's going to be maybe to look at Vechain as an indicator as to what is going to happen with Harmony in the next 2-3 days. To me, it says also that those who have Harmony, that the community is stronger, is more bound than those within, say, within Vechain. Just an observation. Just my thoughts here. Let's look at the next, although I know there's a number of people who are fans of Vechain who are very strongly in it, but it's different. It's a different type of project. You'll know from my videos that I've done where I've done more in-depth fundamentals. And so here, where is that next line of support? I'm seeing around 3.5 cents, I suppose. But this is where it this was resistance here for a period. I'm actually going to put just over 3 cents, 3.2 cents. So you're going to look at a similar thing here. It is moving in a similar way. And so, it's sort of echoing what's happening with Harmony as well. Let's hop over to ADA, to Cardano. And let's just go to the 15-minute here a sec. It's nasty, but look, we got a little bit of support that just came in here on the 15 minutes. You see that? It went little support there with some candle wick. I mean, people are we have to see what's going to happen here. I think some people are just figuring, are they just going to go and dump some more? We're really, look at the difference here on the RSI indicator. We are super oversold right now, super oversold. And then we got a little bit of a bounce. So it is moving differently from Vechain and from Harmony. Let's just go on to the hourly here. Hourly, you can see it's quite a trend down. Then we crashed, we dropped off the cliff. But let's look at the 1 day here, sort of zoom out and look at bigger picture. So I'm going to go grab, let's go grab my horizontal line, and we are going to go with the bright green, and we're going to come on down. Wow, look at this. This is crazy. So let's just stick this here, and you can see it. I mean, just look at this on the chart. So I'm going off of this. I'm going to just switch to a different view here so we can see just over $1. Now let's go back to the hourly and look at what's happening. Oh, I can't do that. What did I say? 102. So we got to see right now it's at 105.88, and we got to see, are we going down to 102? Let's look on the 15-minute. You see, look. 105. I mean, there's the bounce. So let me just go back to the 1 day. Bear with me. All right, so what we've got to see here, we got some indecision here. You're going to be watching. Let me just go grab that trend line. And oh my gosh, this trend, my friend. I mean, I'm not doing any swing trading, day trading. I don't do any shorts. I was just recently on Coinbase, offered 10,000 margin to trade with. No, not doing it. I'm very simple with things. I'm not doing any of that. I just think the markets are too crazy volatile. I'm not experienced enough trader, even though I've got certified in technical analysis, but I don't want to, I just don't want to get into that. So look, this is similar to sort of where Ethereum and Harmony, you've got that space. You're going to be looking at this next 2 to 3 days to see where we could move sideways, up and down. We might just get a little bit of a bounce here, as we were seeing that green candle in the 15 minutes, and we could start to see moving to the upside. But look at this, like here, then we would have maybe... we could have some resistance kick in right around 117. So it could move all the way back up sort of 117 or maybe 111. Yeah, maybe 117, 111, 117, and it will come back down to 105. So I don't know if Cardano is going to break down lower right now. I think it could. Maybe it'll hold, but who knows? I've just learned now from what I've seen, where whatever I think I know, I realize I don't know. I just don't. So I'm just going to go for the charts here and look at the overall sentiment. And so let's see here. Where was that last line of, well, the resistance was here. We're going to go, the resistance was here, right around 94 cents. Let's actually just come down. Yeah, it was. Look, resistance, support. So we've got a couple of different areas. 102, yeah, 102, but really it's 95 cents we're looking at that area. So maybe it would go sideways. If it breaks down, it could go sideways here. If we break down below 95 cents, that is not going to be fun at all. Let's just go with a horizontal line and look at what that could look like. Just so you can it's like, just so you can prepare, just so you can decide if you are going to accumulate, at what point would you go in? And this is where we had this massive pump. And interestingly, this was where I first bought into Cardano, right around here, just over 70 cents. Like, I think I was right in the low, like around 74 cents, I think I bought in at, and I got a little bit at around 69. Well, I remember that day when it just, I remember that day when that green candle happened back here. What was that? In February? Gosh, time flies. That's February. I can't believe it. So if we break down below 94 cents, we could then go back down to around 70 cents. And then I would imagine we would bounce off of that. I would be shocked if Cardano went below 70 cents. But for me, buying Cardano, I would be probably looking to buy somewhere in the 70s, and that's where I would feel comfortable doing that, because we don't know how low things are going to go, and because I'm going to buy more Ethereum first before I buy ADA. That's just what I'm doing personally. Okay, let's just there was one more that I was going to take a look at. Oh my gosh, what was it? I said, what did I say I was going to do? Well, gate token. Let's just take a very, very quick look at this. I mean, I remember it pumped around 240. So, I mean, this looks like it's breaking down here. And then let's just take one last look here. We're just going to look at Bitcoin. And these are all my lines from before that I had, and we have broken down through every line. Let's go on to the hourly here. Oh my gosh, it just looked like it dropped off a cliff. I mean, we have absolutely broken down. So how low are we going to go? Where is that where is the bounce? Where is that going to? On the 15-minute, that's insane. Let's come back to the 1 day. And I guess this is where the support was, right? Right around here. 30,000, right? 29.6. I mean, you know the numbers sort of on Bitcoin. I remember the last time where before it really pumped was, well, for me, I remember it was like around 18,500, then it went up to like 19,000, then it went to 20, then it just suddenly shot up to 20, 22, 23, and then woof, it was up to 30. It felt so fast. So I want to get some more Bitcoin. I'm just trying to figure where would I go in at if it goes lower. Would I go in at 25? Would I wait for 22? Would I wait for 20? If it goes to 20, I mean, we could, if we have a big crash, we could go as low as 18 and a half. I heard someone say 7,000. I just can't imagine that with so many institutions having bought in. You let me know in the comments what you think with this. So yeah, I mean, it's just nasty. It looks pretty grim right now. And then the one something here, one last thing I'm going to share with you. You know, I've done a number of videos on Tether, And so I've been talking for a while about regulation coming. And, so this has just happened where all of these headlines here are Yellen, US Treasury Secretary Yellen outlines plans to regulate stablecoins in collaboration with, it's going to be with the SEC, it's going to be with the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. This is, I don't know how fast it's going to happen, but it is coming pretty quickly, because when you look at Tether here, and if we look at that, 62 billion in a very short period of time, that billions and billions and billions of Tether were added to the market. So, that is also, it's creating a lot of unease there. But I believe that we are going to weather this storm, and I'm still here. I'm hanging in there. So let me know what you think. I feel a little bit better just looking at the charts with you and going over things. I still feel very uncomfortable, but just let me know. All right. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead, do so that we can give each other some support. And I will see you in the next video. And I'm sending you lots of love.